everybody, it's me back with another video, and today it will be a game called Age of Conflicts World War Simulator. Alright, let's get into the video. Alright, now let's go ahead and spawn the nations. Alright, we're gonna have one in Cuba. One right there, one right there. One in the Bahamas. And one right there. Basically gonna have one in almost every place. We're gonna have one in Baja, California. We're basically just gonna have some all over the United States. You know, because we're gonna need it. Or well, North America, to be honest. Yeah, North America. I'm not going to change all of their names because, yeah, I don't want to. Alright, we're getting them all over the place, and that's good. Continents like Asia and Europe and America, basically both the Americas are basically just gonna have some all over the place since they're big. Well, mainly just America and Asia, you know. Alright, we have some all over the place now. And that's good, for we can see more battles and stuff, you know. I think that's all I can spawn. Yeah, I can't spawn anymore. Well, let's just start the thing. Right now we're gonna need 7,000. Yeah. Alright. We're going to allow revolts. Now let's go ahead and get into it. Here, let's go ahead and pause it. And countries are already getting pretty big, you know. Because look at the Americas already like thick, you know. Look at this nation. Oh wait, that's the Gulf of Mexico. Silly me. Alright, now let's go ahead and get pop-ups and then armies. So these little black dots, they are going to be the armies, of course. So yeah, you just gotta get that over with and done explain. Now let's just watch the expansion. Their nations already fighting each other. Yeah, they're I'm pretty sure this nation right here is going. Now nations like this Brisklu right here, they can expand far. But let's see the biggest nation. Alright, so it's Brisklu. Let's see the Oak Fam. Oh, they're that tiny island. These guys are pretty big though. They're getting pretty massive. Alright, age. Everybody should be the same age. Purple Berg was destroyed by Krag. Yes. Alright, Craig has moved in this area, this Yemen and Omani area, and some Saudi Arabian area. You can see that some of these guys are just fighting in the Americas. Like this low top, I bet is fighting this nation right here, this Jose. I don't know what's name it is, but yeah. Let's go ahead and just continue on. Let's unpause it. Alright, Ifilland was destroyed by Olivand, or whatever. Wow, Joss Rock was destroyed by Northla. Briskotop was destroyed by Briskaven. Alright. Yep. Like I said, he's already at the Indian Peninsula, the Briskaloo. Basically, now they just need to do is just continue on and try to defeat these High Hut people. Yeah, these High Hut people. And they got a lot of water, so that means a lot more trade, but I don't think there's trade in this game. Now let's go and see where Briskaven is. So Brisktop would be like around this area, I guess, because thinking of this blue. And they already have a 2% chance of revolt. This thing right here, this pink flag right here up in the top left corner, in the more farther right, that is revolt chance. Now this is the number of revolts, the red flag. And then this Total War 5 Annex Nations right there, yeah. You basically know it. And these guys, these East Pot peoplers, are defeating the Ravinas. Alright, let's go ahead and see where this Hedvar is. So this would be where the Greenvar people would be, right here, in this kind of canyon area. Alright. Now the bigger nations is like, now let's see. Let's go ahead and check the size. Yep, Briskaloo's going in. They're already in like China, this Tibetan area, and basically just some Tibet areas, and they're getting in more of a Myanmar area. Now soon I wouldn't be that surprised if they make it to Korea in like the next 20 minutes. But let's see the minimist. It's Oak Fam. The age is, like I said, the same. The age will probably stay the same until they die or get revolted. Because yeah, the revolts, they will be like the smaller countries. So yeah, just had to get that through. These low keeps are fighting the Briscut, and they just conquered them. There are so many wars going on. Foxtop is fighting Whitington. Kind of accurate. Alright. Let's go ahead and see. Briscut was destroyed by Low Keep. Low Top destroyed Major Var. And then Elkland was destroyed by Maul. And then Minor Corner was destroyed by Joe's Height. And then you can basically see it. I don't need a... Yeah, they're basically just wars, or like, you know. Let's go ahead, pause. And I've predicted it. They've made it to Siberia. Well, this tip. And they've already made it to Japan. And they are getting very close to Australia. There's no New Zealand. But let's go ahead and just get on to the video. But the Briskaloo are being smart. They are putting so many soldiers on each of this. But yeah. Let's see the biggest nation. One of the biggest nations of the Americas is probably like this. In like North America. Now down here is like old folk. And they are destroying Whaleville. These white top guys can instantly and basically encircle these guys, but this Jostron is kind of getting in the way. Like I said, the old folk is getting pretty too big for their boots, and they were just destroyed by a coalition. These guys, they're instantly pushing in because these Ravinia peoples are not protecting themselves. And these guys have just declared war against these guys. But they're doing pretty good. The Mal versus the Hellgrave. The Mal are almost about to win, yep. Wait, let's go ahead and just pause. Are these guys at a war? They haven't been in a war, okay. But Mal is now fighting these Redland. The Americas, they're pretty border gorish. Well, same with Europe. These guys are pushing in pretty deep against Lushville. They basically, if the Starpots really wanted, they basically have this encircled. So many revolts. The Crags, they're fighting these guys, these Briskton peoples. But now they're getting destroyed by Jostron. And they've just reached the capital, these Jostron people. Lushville is pretty big. They're pushing in, like, down. Yep, they just destroyed Bright Meadow. Oh, these guys are trying to fight Briskaloo. And you've just lost the Suez Canal. Let's go ahead, just pause. There are so many revolts now. It's good to see that things are calming down in the South American regions. Not as much border gore. They just need to finish off this encirclement, the Jost Height, and then it's more peaceful. Well, these guys need to kind of get it a little bit fixed, because look at this. It's basically acne if it was in the world. That's basically what border gore is. And same with here. Now these guys, it's what's going on. These the Oilatron peoples tried to fight Briskaloo, and they massively failed. Let me just go ahead and rename them. They're now the Mongol Empire. But instead, if they had a better navy. Alright, let's go ahead. Sea size. Of course, the Mongol Empire is one. But the minimum, it's these guys, the Elk Hill people. Well, no, actually, no, it's North Haven. I thought it was originally the Oak fam. Oh, wait, they got two more. They got this Scottish area right here. Not the black circle, but right here. Right next to Playburg. But now the age. North Haven is the youngest one. The oldest is the Olivan people. But let's get back into this. These guys are instantly destroyed. Well, I wouldn't really say instantly. They're trying to hold off this encirclement, but they are... Well, these guys took this land. And they have just took down Josh Height. The Josh Height peoples have just been destroyed. The Mongol Empire now has Egypt, a little bit of Libya, and yeah, they're doing pretty good for themselves. And they're pushing into this Purple Ington peoples. They have all of Turkey. These guys are one of the bigger nations, definitely. And they have all the sea, so if they want to trade, they can trade. Hi, Crag. Alright. Crag is almost getting destroyed because, look at this. These Jostron peoples are, yep, they just destroyed them. And they've just let the Mongol Empire take a little bit of land since they destroyed them. What is going on here? This is actually getting very better. I think whatever skinatologist did this, I thank them getting rid of that acne. Oh, look here. The Jostron people have just declared war against the Starpot. And they're fighting a two-front war, technically, because they're fighting Brixton and the Starpot. The Starpots are pretty big. See if these, yeah, they've gotten into some wars. They're now in like a Czechoslovakian, Romanian, basically just a Balkan area. And then they just declared war on Starpot. And they are just steamrolling through. As if they were Germany in the start of Operation Barbarossa. These guys are thick. Oh, thank you. Thank you, whatever nation this is. This is the Wolfam. The Wolfam, I thank them because they are keeping the peace of North America. They now have they're pretty thick, that's what I'm going to say. But they are about to destroy the Raven Crag peoples. All they really need to do is just push these Raven Crag, because technically I think they're fighting them. But if they do fight them, they can steamroll down and then take all this Mexican territory. But I'm just focused on the South American continent and the African and probably the European. Well, mainly the African. It's had the most lore. Because you have people called the Starpot. I bet pot is illegal there. And these guys have just declared war against Starpot. Oh no, what happened? Wolfam just got in a big revolt. Oh no. Just hope these Yellowberg peoples don't get that treatment. And the Mongol Empire's just taken over all this, the Starpot area. And they're in like German areas. Holy crap. And they've just declared war against Mighty Caven. And the High Hut, their basic rivals, have just declared war on these guys. And they've just declared peace. And now I think they've just declared peace, so now they can live in peace. And they've just declared war against Blueville. And the Yellowberg peoples are still alive. The Wolfham has just had a downfall, if you could say. It's just this North American. It's basically it's basically just destruction, and now these two are back at it again. And they can just steamroll through it. I wouldn't try to get the capital so early. I would just... Oh, and then they just made peace. And the Mongol Empire is having a revolt known as Raven Pot. They're trying to legalize pot now. Yellowberg is going pretty strong, and they've just destroyed these guys. Now they can move on. Just hope they destroy whatever this is, but now it's kind of looking pretty peaceful there. What is going on here? And they've just had a... It's like a Pacific Empire going on here. It's a Pacific Empire. Alright, I'm just gonna call you Super Australia. They just named it Imperialist Australia. Now they have a Pacific Empire. They now have a little bit of Japan and a lot of the Pacific, and that's why I called it the Imperialist Australian Empire. Now let's go ahead and let this continue. This ugly piece of at least Yellowberg is actually doing well. Well, now these guys. I remember Africa when it was starting to be peaceful. They have just had, the Mongol Empire has just had revolts after revolts. And then there's these guys, the Whale Hut people, definitely not knockoff, just definitely not knockoff Whalevilles. It's already year 573. I think this has been going on for too long. Now let's see the ages of all of these guys. The youngest nation is Lush Valley. Okay. Then. What am I doing with my life? Now the size. High Hut is the biggest. Imperialist Australia just behind, and then there's Yellowberg in South America, doing really well, I gotta say. Now then there's the Mongol Empire. They're doing pretty strong. They're like a Ottoman Empire of sorts. Why I say that is because they're just a slow decline. Oh, dude. I think Yellowberg and High Hut, they're doing pretty good. And the Mongol Empire, now they're pushing very much back, and that's great to see. And now they have this more Kazakhstan area. They're definitely not going to win this. The Mongol Empire still has their Japanese and Siberian areas. I gotta give them props. They're just keeping that, basically, primarily. Let's go ahead and see the Mongol Empire, though. See how they're doing. They've been in 17 wars, 7 revolts, and a 35 revolt chance. And they've annexed 2 nations, Starpot and Olatron. But now High Hut, they've been in 13 wars less than the Mongol Empire. Number of revolts, 4. Revolt chance, 4%. They've they've dunked on some people, you know. Alright, these guys, they've been in 12 wars, the Yellowberg. One revolt chance, one revolt, and then 17% revolt chance, and they've annexed all these people, the Old Folk, the South Hut, the Majorlia, the Major Var, the Major Height, and yeah, that's it. They basically annexed a lot more than these guys. Alright, I've just named some of the 3 biggest empires, but now the 3rd biggest, imperialist Australia. They've fought 2 wars, a number of revolts 0, and a 0% chance of revolts. And they've revolted from, of course, the Mongol Empire. So yes. I guess this will be the end of the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Well, you don't have to, but you can if you want to. But this will be the end of the video. And basically the end of this little fight right here. This ugly border. So yeah, I guess this will be the end of the video. So yeah, see you guys in the next.